My husband snores, like Olympic level snoring. Noise canceling headphones, white noise machines, the whole setup. And for years, I just lived with it because, marriage. But after 2 kids, 3 pets, and a few, maybe it's time to check your blood pressure conversations, we have finally decided to take sleep apnea seriously. The good news? It's not just Darth Vader masks anymore. The options have come a long way. There are smaller CPAPs, sleeker mouthguards, even daytime treatments that don't involve strapping a hose to your face. Today we're breaking down the 2 big ones, CPAP machines and mouthguards. And then a bonus option at the end that's definitely not what you would expect. And of course, the quick disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I am not a sleep expert. I am just someone who snores, married to someone with apnea who likes to do a lot of research and share what I find. Please make sure that you talk to your doctor before trying any of these solutions when it comes to treating your diagnosed sleep apnea. Now that we've got that done, let's talk about what sleep apnea really is. Because it's not just loud snoring. Sleep apnea is when your airway collapses while you're sleeping and your body literally stops breathing for a few seconds at a time. Sometimes a few times a night, sometimes hundreds. Your brain panics, wakes you up just enough to start breathing again, and then it happens again. Rinse and repeat all night long. The result? You might wake up foggy, exhausted, sometimes with a headache, and completely unprepared for anything resembling productivity. And no, that recording that your partner took of you while you were sleeping the other night is not enough for a proper diagnosis. You do need a sleep study, either in a lab or at home. It's not glamorous, but it is the first step towards sleeping like an actual human again. Now let's start with the big one, CPAP. You've probably seen one or tried one. It is the OG of sleep apnea treatments. A CPAP, which is short for continuous positive airway pressure, is basically a steady air pump for your throat. It keeps your airway open by blowing gentle air through a mask all night. It sounds a little ridiculous, like sleeping with a leaf blower strapped to your face. But here's the thing, it works. CPAPs are the gold standard for moderate to severe sleep apnea. When it's set up right, it stops those breathing pauses completely, keeps your oxygen steady, and helps you wake up feeling like a person instead of a zombie. And a lot of people notice the difference after the first couple of nights. More energy, fewer headaches, better sleep. But the setup is not exactly fun. You've got the mask, the straps, the hose, the cleaning, the special distilled water that you find in the baby aisle. It's a little high maintenance. And if you travel, you can take it with you, but it's like bringing a small robot on vacation. Not exactly pack light energy. Now let's talk about the other big option. Mouthguards. These are officially called mandibular advancement devices, or MAD. And no, I am not talking about the $5 ones from Walmart that you boil for hockey season. These are prescription devices that are FDA cleared and made by a sleep-trained dentist. They work by gently moving your lower jaw forward a few millimeters while you sleep. That tiny movement keeps the back of your airway open so it doesn't collapse. If the CPAP is a leaf blower, the Mouthguard is a jaw forklift. Subtle, but effective. And a lot less drama at bedtime. No hoses, no tanks, no sound effects. Just a small device that fits in your mouth. And they're great for travel. Throw it in a case and go. And for couples, they're usually a big win because they cut down snoring big time. But like everything else, there are trade-offs. Some people get jaw soreness, shifting teeth, or bite changes over time. And while they are fantastic for mild to moderate apnea, they're not going to be enough for severe cases. They're also not cheap. Custom fit MADs run between $1,000 to $2,000, and insurance coverage, it can be hit or miss. Now, since we've all been down the Google rabbit hole, let's talk about the cheaper mouthguards that you can buy online. They're tempting. It's fast shipping, low price, no dentist visit. But they're not custom fit to your jaw, so they're less effective and more likely to cause pain or just sit in your nightstand collecting dust. It's Kind of like running a marathon in knockoff sneakers. Technically possible, potential regret. Before we wrap up, I do want to touch on something new. A third option that's been getting a lot of attention, the eXciteOSA. This is another FDA-cleared device for mild sleep apnea and snoring, and it's totally different because you don't wear it at night. You use it during the day, 20 minutes at a time. It uses small electrical pulses to strengthen the muscles in your tongue and throat, kind of like physical therapy, but for your airway. The goal is to make those muscles stronger so they don't collapse as easily when you sleep. Yes, I know it sounds weird. Let me put electricity in my mouth. But the studies, the science, and the safety, it's solid. Just like the other options, this one is not going to be cheap. The eXciteOSA is $1,650 for the device and one mouthpiece. You do also have to replace the mouthpiece every 3 months for safety. Those run you $150 each. Also, everyone who's tried it mentions one thing: drool. Lots of drool. But if it means sleeping through the night without a mask or a mouth guard, a little drool doesn't sound that bad. So which one's best? Honestly, it depends. If your apnea is severe, CPAP is still the heavy hitter. It is not glamorous, but it is reliable. If your case is mild to moderate, a custom mouthguard might be your sweet spot. Way less hassle, and it does help. And if you're dealing with mild apnea or just snoring, eXciteOSA is your daytime option. 20 minutes while you binge watch your favorite show that can make a difference at night. But really, at the end of the day, the best treatment is the one that you will actually use. Because it doesn't matter how effective something is if it ends up collecting dust in the drawer. For my husband and I, the goal is simple: quieter nights, better sleep, and maybe even retiring my noise-canceling headphones once and for all. Totally worth it. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and check out our other videos on sleep tech and apnea solutions. And if you've tried one of these devices, drop a comment below and tell me how it went. CPAP, Mouthguard, eXciteOSA, I'd love to hear your experience. As always, here's to better sleep, quieter nights, and waking up like you actually meant to get out of bed.